Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Excalibur Roundtable Tech Talk. I am Mike Fuson. We're going to continue our series on organizational change management. We've talked about many of the communication methods that are available out there. We've also talked about potentially a customer steering committee for things that are customer facing. Let's not forget, as we're making changes to internal IT processes, so maybe some of those core IT processes, incident and service request, change management, problem management, knowledge management. We also want to form user steering committees for those items to help us manage the organizational change. If they have some input and some guidance, especially in a continual service improvement model, we're able to better communicate what's going on. We could do interviews with them, we could grab quotes from them for a newsletter, etc. But you also broaden your horizons to be able to get input of the different things that may be beneficial. For example, one of the things that sometimes drives organizational change and continual service improvement as a result are compliance requirements. So you may be under some sort of compliance guidelines that may be things that are not within your control. So all of a sudden now for change requests, we have to add some additional data that needs to be collected or step that needs to occur for us to make sure that those are going to be compliant with the processes that we're required to follow. It could be a fiduciary requirement, it could be a true compliance requirement based on our industry. Being able to communicate those out and explain why the change is occurring, how the change is happening, and helping to mitigate the angst, because you may be asking folks to put in quite a bit more data or justify things in a little bit different way, or perhaps you're implementing a risk calculator, for example, in change management, as an example I gave a few episodes ago. All of a sudden, they've got a bunch more stuff they need to do. Helping them understand the why we're doing it can sometimes lessen the impact of the organizational change. Too often, what happens is, because we're not communicating and we're not managing the organizational change effectively, folks think it's somewhat arbitrary. Well, now they're going to just make us put in a whole bunch of additional data. Like, this is stupid. I'm sure you guys have all heard that, and maybe even in that crazy tone of voice. Helping them understand the why helps take some of that angst off. It may not make them any happier. There's extra work that needs to be done. Putting a change in now takes a little bit more time, but understanding the why, this is going to help us meet this compliance requirement, and that's what's driving these differences. Or perhaps we're trying to do something within the organization, and this is being driven for certain organizational reasons. Helping them understand the why. All too often we just do things because we think they're great ideas, and in many cases they are, but we've not communicated out what's changing and why it's changing. And so you're met with that reaction because change is difficult for everybody. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the complexities of organizational change management.